A lot of threads running through the songs. We all tend to think in terms of albums, which might be a little old-fashioned, although we all love singles. But one of the common threads, I think, through each song on the record is the idea of ascension or ascendancy, just someone picking up and moving out of one place into another. I think you'll find that on every song.
Got a lot of songs to get through on this new CD, Around the Sun, so we've already played Electron Blue. I think we'll probably leave Leaving New York to the end, like they always do on those shows. Always play a single right at the end. It's predictable, but, that's what we do. So let's play something else. What do you want to go for?
Play The Outsiders.
Okay, The Outsiders. Tell us a little bit about this song. It's track 3 on the album.
It's our only collaboration, I believe, on the record. We got Michael's friend Q-Tip to come in and lay down this brilliant rap at the end.
Would you just call him up?
It happened after a Radiohead show in New York, and when the song got written, I found the music for it and instantly heard a voice, and it wasn't my voice or Mike's. It was Q-Tip's.
Okay.
So we went and saw Radiohead together, and afterwards, over champagne, I said, there might be a song on the next R.E.M. album that I'm wondering if you might consider being on. And he kind of shuffled his feet and looked down at the bar, and then he said, I thought you'd never ask.
You don't say no when R.E.M. come a knocking, so let's play it. It's track 3. It's The Outsiders. It's Virgin Superstars with Michael Stipe, Mike Mills, and Peter Buck. It's Virgin Radio. Right, it is track 3 from R.E.M's Around the Sun featuring Q-Tip. It's called The Outsiders on Virgin Superstars. It's not the first time you guys hook up with other people. We had the Thrills in here just a few weeks ago. They're good fans of this show and good friends. And obviously you feature on their new CD as well.
Yeah, I didn't get to see them at Glastonbury because I had 10 million things to do, but they dropped by our trailer and left a CD for us to share. I immediately stole it and listened to it in the bus leaving the festival, and I just really liked it. And they bumped into him in Seattle, and Daniel kind of said, well, would you like to come play on a record? And, oh, yeah, sure, here's my phone number, give me a call. And
do you know what he said to me? He said that literally no one was going to do it. They wanted to ask, but no one was going to do it. And then he had a little bit to drink, and he thought, you know what, if you don't ask, you don't get. And he couldn't believe he actually said yes, and they're very excited.
Well, I really liked that band a lot, and it was really fun. I played mandolin, which I only ever play when other people hire me to play on their records. I don't even have one at my house. But there's like, oh yeah, we've got this song, would you please play a mandolin solo? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. And it's like, oh god, it was in this really ridiculous non-mandolin key, and it was kind of terrifying. But I really liked the record a lot. I was actually listening to it this morning. What
do the fans in the States think of the Thrills? Do they get it? Because obviously there's a whole UK thing with bands like Franz Ferdinand doing okay, and Snow Patrol, and the Darkness thing's probably kind of a little past now, I guess, but are they into the Thrills?
Yeah, I think they're just picking up. They got some radio play. They did small clubs that were pretty close to sold out, I think, at least the ones I saw, which is a really good first step. In America, a lot of times UK bands come over and they play New York and Los Angeles and then do every interview saying how stupid Americans are and go home and then wonder why they don't sell records.
Yeah. That'll be Oasis then, maybe. I don't know, I'm just having a guess.
There's a lot of them, actually.
You know what the thing is, though? You see, because what you do is you come over to the UK, or for your UK band, you can tour this country in a fortnight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas you go to America, and you could be out there all year, and then you come back to the UK, and we kind of gone, oh yeah, we remember you.
Or not.
Or not, as the case may be. So this is album number 13 for R.E.M. I remember, Michael, you telling me that you don't really count, you don't keep up to date, you don't go, oh, this is album whatever. It is album number 13, and yet it looks to me like there is no respite in the writing. I mean, you seem to be an incredibly prolific band. You say you had all these songs that you had to sort of, cut down to this 13-track listing that you got for Around the Sun. Did these songs come together quite quickly for you when you got into the studio?
Well, the problem is Mike and Peter are very prolific, and I'm not. And we each have very different ways of working in the studio, and we have to work around that. But for this record, for whatever reason, I just kept writing songs. We wound up with more songs finished than we've ever had in the history of our career. So.
Is that because you had the time to do it?
Well, partly because we stopped to release and promote and tour for the Best of R.E.M. last year. But I don't know, I think putting out the Best of felt like such a relief to me that I didn't have our entire catalog looking over my shoulder every time I went to write a new song. It just inspired a lot. And I guess, people keep asking me this question, is it easier to be inspired in times of strife and hardship? And I guess it is.
I've got to say, for me, that kind of like anxiety and stress and tension always seems to work really well, possibly because you just sleep less when you're all wound up.
Furiously writing a song.
You've got to do something at 3 in the morning. But, I find that if I'm really, complacent or enjoying myself, I tend to kind of go, I could pick up the guitar, or I could just read the paper with my feet up.
Well, listen, let's play some more music from Around the Sun. We like what we hear so far. Let's go for something else. What do you want to go for?
You know, it's probably not the choice for radio, but my favorite song on the record is called I Wanted to Be Wrong. I love the lyrics. It really is really meaningful to me. I think it's really beautiful. And when we play it, I still get kind of shivers, goosebump type feel.
Me too.
So
okay. We'll get goosebumps right now because we're going to play it. It is track 6, I Wanted to Be Wrong. It's from R.E.M's new album, Around the Sun. It's Virgin Superstars.
The biggest bands on the UK's biggest radio station. Virgin Superstars, Virgin Radio.
Right, Sunday night, we are back with R.E.M. on the show. Now, you guys worked together on the last 13 albums. You toured every country for nearly 3 decades. You get to know each other quite well, one would imagine. I assume you're still great mates.
Probably better than before. Yeah. We've been through a lot together.
You also get a little older, and I mean, I see so many bands that are 23 or 4, 25. They put out one record and they break up. You just feel like calling up and saying, guys, chemistry like this isn't something that just comes along. And usually it's just some kind of stupid ego thing or just whatever. As you get older, you realize the value in friendship and the work you do, and that it's worth the frustrating moments. And there are plenty of the frustrating moments for all of us. I mean, there's no question about that. But
maybe more frustrating moments for you, Peter.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just we have this dichotomy in the band that I like to work really, really fast. I mean, all the stuff I do, I just write it and I throw it down and it's done. And everyone else doesn't work that way. So we kind of push and pull a lot. But I mean, the records turn out really well, and they're not always the way I've heard them in my head. But you kind of deal with. I think everyone has to deal with me being, okay, guys, come on, let's go. We've got to do this today and now, and let's, and then the other guys work in a different manner, and then I have to deal with that.
You've never been a band afraid of venting your spleen, wearing your political views very much on your sleeve. And 2004, to me, looks like a year when you are going hell for leather. Really, when you're saying enough is almost enough.
Yeah.
I mean, incredibly busy with this Vote for Change tour. We're going to talk about that a little later. I mean, I think we all loved the video for Bad Day. And I didn't really get it until I got cable at home. And one of the channels I can now get is Fox News.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. And now I can see how easy a genre it was to parody for that video.
Yeah.
I mean, how many bars of news and like this Hurricane Ivan, if biggest graphics with like a little... And do you know the thing that annoyed me and upset me quite a lot was there was this horrendous tragedy in Russia the same week as Hurricane Ivan. Barely even got a mention.
Right. The thing that's shocking to me is how quickly they pull together a graphic and a theme song for every huge event that they can cover for more than 5 days.
It's incredibly jingoistic, isn't it?
There's a phenomenal documentary that's just being released. I saw it a week and a half ago called Outboxed.
Oh, really?
It is as potent and as watchable as Fahrenheit 9/11, describing what it is to try to receive information from media in the U.S. in 2004.
Let's play another song before we get a little bit more political. From Around the Sun, what should we go for?
How about the title track?
Okay, let's play Around the Sun. It is the final track on the album. Tell us a little bit about this. Is there a story behind the...
Oh, boy.
Yeah?
We could write a book about this song.
Musically, we started a song called Believe 2 years ago and had the verse and could never get a good chorus. And then we took this other song and had a great chorus and a great outro but no verse. And then we edited them together and changed the key and and all of that. But that said, it's a very positive kind of song. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 songs on the record that are maybe about America and maybe the sadness and frustration we feel. And this one is maybe kind of positive, that we're all in this together, really.
Well, listen, let's play it. The final track from the album, this is track 13, it's Around the Sun, title track from R.E.M's latest CD. It's Virgin Radio. Right, we'll play you track 13 from R.E.M's latest album. It is the title track. It's called Around the Sun on Virgin Superstars. Less than 2 months to go now to the U.S. presidential elections, an election that, well, I feel for the first time affects every single person on the face of this planet. I mean, does John Kerry have any chance at all in winning the election?
Yes.
Really?
I think right now it's about 50-50. In fact, yeah, I think it's about 50-50. There are a lot of polls coming over from the U.S., and I just don't trust them. I don't, they show that Bush is on the rise, and I don't really think that that's the case.
You're anti-Bush and anti his White House over the last 4 years. Are you pro-Kerry and his administration, his policies, or do you just simply not care? You just got to get Bush out of White House?
I'm proud to say that we're pro-Kerry.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want Bush out of the White House, but you know, John Kerry's been to war. He's shot people, and he's had people shoot at him, and I think that's the sort of thing that might slow you down a little bit from rushing into another country.
And yet they're making this massive deal, and way too much of the election is being taken up with what happened at Vietnam. Did John Kerry do what he said he did? You're right. Bottom line is, he went. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Republicans are much better in America than Democrats at playing dirty politics, and they have absolutely no compunction about smearing a guy who came back, you know, with 3 Purple Hearts and two medals for valor. They have no problem just, you know, totally trashing his reputation.
But you do seriously think that John Kerry's got the chance to do it?
He does have a chance. I mean, he's eminently more qualified than George Bush to be the president, and you know, George Bush is running on fear. He's basically trying to scare the pants off of America into voting for him as the only guy who can protect them. And
it might work.
And it might work because a lot of Americans
go down a little bit.
Afraid.
They up the security status. You know,
all
it's now
this,
red or whatever.
Color-coded crap. It's a mess. But it's all designed to scare people and keep them on the edge of their seats, and thereby vote for George Bush.
You know, I think for the first time in my 27 years, I'm actually scared that man, despite what he thinks, has made the world a more dangerous place. He's actually created more terrorists, he's spilt more blood, and he's alienated America from the rest of the world. I think people now look at America and go, keep yourselves to yourselves.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
You know, we come over here and you know, we're promoting a record, and we talk about politics all the time, and you know, we try to remind people that not everyone in America is, you know, like what you would see on television. I mean, we're not all kind of having our head in the sand and ignoring what's going on, and a lot of us are very concerned.
We're not embarrassed.
About 50% of us.
Yeah, I mean, it's beyond embarrassment. I mean, we're more angry and concerned and even afraid, but embarrassment is far too small an emotion for this.
Let's get some more music on the air. What do you want to go for? We're playing a lot of tracks from the new album, Around the Sun. Might as well do something else. Peter,
I'm just thoroughly depressed at this point, so you pick one.
You kind of got a little quiet there.
I just came off the massage table. I had acupuncture needles in my back, so let's go for something kind of cheerful. How about, I can't think of
Do
one.
we have any of those? Have we played Boy in the Well yet?
No,
I don't think we have we?
Do that.
Okay, let's do Boy in the Well.
Cheerful, man.
Yeah, we shouldn't play the worst joke ever at the moment. Maybe that would be the wrong song to play. But let's do Boy in the Well. It is Virgin Superstars with Michael Stipe, Mike Mills, and Peter Buck. It's R.E.M.
Virgin Superstars, Virgin Radio.
All right, we're back. It is Virgin Superstars playing a lot of songs from this new album, which is coming out October 4th. It's called Around the Sun. It's from R.E.M. Now, a lot of people are listening to this show in the UK are probably sitting there thinking to yourself, Ben, why is he talking about American politics? You know, we're not interested. We're over here in the UK. But I think for the first time in a long time, we're actually more concerned with what's happening there than probably in our own election. And the day that, you know, Blair says, right, it's election over here, well, it doesn't matter. It's actually who's running over there that runs over here, pretty much.
Well, I actually wish for once in my life that the people in the rest of the world could vote in the American election, because then we'd be assured of having John Kerry in the White House.
So can you and Bruce Springsteen and the Dixie Chicks and the Dave Matthews Band and all these other celebrity endorsements bands like the Foo Fighters and all these sort of actors that seem to be pro-Kerry as well, can you actually make a difference? Can you tell us a little bit about this Vote for Change tour you're doing? Because I know a lot about it because I've been reading about it, but I don't think the average UK listener knows much about the tour and where you're going.
We're going to the swing states. There were just a bunch of people, I think, that wanted to do something and were really frustrated, and all the managers came together and decided that this might be the best possible way to get a louder voice out there, is if we all kind of join together. Descend on a swing state one night at a time. Each band plays a different city, and then we move on to the next one. Swing states are the states where the vote could go one way or the other, and they have a great deal of undecided voters and power.
I assume there's going to be a gig in Florida then, one would imagine?
There is.
Yes. Yeah, you're going to be in Orlando, I assume.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you very much for coming over. Thank you very much for all the bits and pieces you've done, and fingers crossed for November.
Absolutely.
Is all I could say. If I can vote, I would. Trust me. Let's play another song from the album. Let's play the final track from the album. I guess it's Leaving New York. Tell us a little bit about this. Is it what I would imagine it's about, or...
It might be. What do you imagine?
Well, I kind of imagine that you're kind of just frustrated with the way the country is, and New York, and this is the city that you love, and you know, you're leaving it just saying goodbye. It's not the city that I remember.
No, it's actually...
Well, that's the thing about music. People can take something completely the opposite from it.
And that's what I love about music, and that's a brilliant interpretation. When I wrote the song, I was actually flying away from New York at night and looking out the window of the plane down at the city, which is my second home. And the song kind of fell out of me, as most of the songs on this record did. And I just wanted to write a love song to the city. Felt like the right time.
Well, it is a beautiful, beautiful record. We're going to play it. Good to see you, mates. Michael Stipes, Mike Mills, and Peter Buck. It's R.E.M. Leaving New York is the first single from Around the Sun, which is out October 4th. Guys, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And good luck with the Vote for Change tour. Give Bruce my regards.
Will do.